You are now entering Film Code.
I seen it. You're fond of me lobster.
Molly, you in danger, girl.
Your ass looks like about 150 pounds of chew bubble gum, Kyle. You know that? Say it, sir!
I don't believe you people.
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
Now answer my question. Were you rushing or were you dragging?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Film Code. My name is Phoenix Clouden. It is early. And I'm joined, of course, again by the two greatest co-hosts in the world. We start with our man, Brandon. How are you, sir?
Man, I am good, Phoenix. It is good to be back. It's crazy that I think this might be our final episode of season 3. Because all we have left to do is cover our Film Code Awards, and that's it.
Yes, sir.
It's wild, man. Crazy. 3 years. Thank you. For those who have been diehard listeners, I know there are some of you guys that have let them message me after every review we do. We were like, oh, yeah, I liked a review of this. I liked a review of that. Didn't like a review of this. We have those people. I have those friends who like literally sit down and listen to our podcast. So I want to send out a heartfelt thank you for those who have been with us since 2020.
Nice. Yes, thank you guys so much. It's awesome. And of course, joined by the great Zach Sneef. Zach, how are you, sir?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm able to go out and see movies, and that's great for me right now since I recently got in a car accident. So I'm really happy to be able to get back out in the theaters and see all these new movies. That's been really a blessing for me at a time where I can't do a lot. So I've really been enjoying it.
All right. Well, I'm really happy to be here, especially to talk about this movie. We are discussing the newest and I would argue much better version of Dungeons and Dragons, a new film starring Chris Pine. Is it Regé or Reggae? Regé Jean Page, I think that's it. You also have Michelle Rodriguez and Sophia Lillis is in this, and as well as Hugh Grant. So this is obviously a movie based off of the role-playing dice game Dungeons and Dragons. As you can tell, I've never played. So I was really interested in going into this because of my lack of knowledge of the game. So this was very interesting. And one of the things that a lot of people had said going in was that, you know, whether you played or not, you would enjoy the movie. And to me, I was a little skeptical about that because I'm like, I don't know, you know, like it could just be a bunch of D&D nerds like, no, you'll love it. You'll love it. So like, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But for me, I came out pleasantly surprised. So I'm very interested to know how you guys felt. What about you, Brandon?
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. Like, it's nothing too special, but it's not bad for me. Like, it was a solid movie. We'll get more into it when we jump into spoilers. But as far as the world building goes, I really, really enjoyed the world building aspect. As somebody who was like, okay, so my fiance has played, like, it's been years since she's played, but like she was able to pick up a lot of the references. For me, who is someone who's never come in, who's going to this film, never played Dungeons and Dragons. The world building is like superb, and I would love to see not spoilers. Just it's early. I would love to see sequels of this film, just based on the world building.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. Zach, what about you?
Yeah, so my only exposure to Dungeons and Dragons is Stranger Things. So I knew Red Wizards were bad.
Right.
That's about all I knew. But yeah, no, I had a lot of fun with this movie. I was really happy actually to have gone to see it in theaters. I don't think it was a waste at all. I did see one movie this week, which I did think was a waste. We'll get into that later. And Yeah, this movie was a lot of fun, and I just enjoyed it. Like I had a good time. I had some laughs. Like it was good.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting right now in theaters. It's all IP. Like
Oh yeah, no, every
everything
single
that's
film is
out.
intellectual property right now.
Yeah, everything that's out is IP, and most of it, I think Dungeons and Dragons is the only uh first film. Everything else is a sequel or the third in a franchise or something like that. But it's interesting to me because this is actually the most booming I've seen the theaters be in a long time because it's so much. All of it is good. Like all of it is good. Whether you're talking Scream 6, Creed 3, like there's everything that's
John
out
Wick
right now.
4.
John Wick 4, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's out right now is a banger. So it's a good time to be a movie fan. Uh Dungeons and Dragons, man. I we talked about the fun part of it. Like you said, I think Stranger Things is also my only connection to Dungeons and Dragons. I think that's the only time I've actually ever seen it played and what it looks like. Um, but yeah, overall, I just thought it worked. I just thought it worked, especially because I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons player, so I don't. I really don't know how these games work. But I think what they did well was they were able to build characters that we could identify with and enjoy, and then they had their adventure. Like that was really all you had to do, and you just put it in the context of Dungeons and Dragons. So I thought that was really good.
Yeah, yeah, like that's what I love that they're able to do is like I know Dungeons and Dragons is not a video game, but it is a game. Is Dungeons and Dragons up there with some of the best game adaptations?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's not a particularly lofty list. I think it's maybe like three that are at the top of it. Maybe a guess. That's a fart in the wind. But but yeah, I would say yes, probably.
Mhm. Yeah, I'd like to say it too. Um, but you know, the competition isn't hard. To say like some films are better than others game adaptation wise. Sonic, great.
Sonic, yes.
Uncharted, not so great.
No.
And like the pool is not that big. It's so the expectations are already low.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it great. Zach, what do you think?
I guess it's Zathura, but that was horrible.
Yeah,
So
I mean, we're talking about like real life like board games or video games.
I know Zathura is a real life board game.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
I'm about to go order a board real quick.
I don't know if it's it has all the mechanics, but there is a third board game, and Jumanji as well. I mean, Jumanji the original was fantastic. I like
Oh
that they
yeah, I
went to
forgot
it.
about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, Jumanji was amazing. That was based off a true board game,
Yeah.
and that's a classic. I
Yeah.
don't think it competes with that, but
Yeah, that's a tough one. That probably would be the top
that's
of the
Robin
list.
Williams right there.
Yeah.
R.I.P. So yeah, but overall, I think they did a really good job. For something that is a board game that's not really catered to everyone. I would say like it's a very targeted group of people who play it. So I think for a movie adaptation to hit people of different walks of life is great. So yeah.
I gotta point out one of my favorite characters is Regé Jean Page's I don't remember the character's name, but the I guess he was a Thayan. Yeah. He's a Thayan. So like but his literal like his way of taking everything literally had me in stitches. It was really just genuinely funny.
I find that part to be hilarious because like There are those people who are just like solid. I don't understand sarcasm. I don't understand humor.
Right.
I love those types of characters in movies.
Yeah, he was great. He was really great, and I really liked Michelle Rodriguez's character, Holga. I thought she was really cool. I loved her relationship with with the I don't know who he but that little guy. I guess yeah, that was.
Oh my
Bradley
god!
Cooper. Yeah.
She's straight up into those little guys.
Oh my
The
god.
little Hobbit knockoffs.
Right. She was like, yeah, that's her thing. I'm like, what? I love it.
Straight
I
up
love it.
Hobbit wannabes.
Right.
Honestly, one of my favorite parts too. We'll get into it here in a second, but the opening I thought was great.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, have we torn the scene the spoilers yet?
No, let's do
No,
that.
we
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that before we talk more.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
So, yeah. We're officially talking spoilers for Dungeons and Dragons. Hopefully you guys have seen it. If not, check it out and then let us know what you think. All right, Zach, what did you want to say about the opening?
Yeah, I loved how they kept asking for the specific what was it, chairman? Is it or counts
Jonathan, it was his name.
Oh
Jonathan.
yeah, Jonathan.
The councilman. Yeah. That's what it was, the councilman. And he kept asking for them, and then they ended up approving, their plea to leave early. And then they take Jonathan, who is a winged, I guess,
Pegasus
human beast. I don't know what you call it. I'm sorry, D&D fans. Don't be upset with me. But I love that they grab him and take him and jump out the window. And as they're jumping, they're like, "We approved your plea." And so there's like no point of them trying to escape anyways, because they already approved it, which was hilarious. So
that was great. And I don't know the lady who played one of the council people, but her like I guess you could call it like startled Southern thing. She's like, "Oh, Jonathan!" Like I was like,
yeah.
Oh, that had me doubled over every time. It was so funny. No, but that was great. That opening was really funny. I love that, and I love the story of those characters, because like I didn't know. I mean, obviously, when you see the trailer, you already know that Hugh Grant has betrayed them, or is against them.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
actually.
and then like when it starts, you're like, oh, they were together, they were friends. I was like, oh, that's awesome, that's awful, and like, and even in the flashback, you still think that they're friends, and it's only until that they meet up that you realize, oh no, old dude's dirty.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize at all that he was gonna turn against them at first.
Yeah.
See, but I mean, it's Hugh Grant, and he's like a villain in every single one of his movies. So I should have expected differently, but
no, but he was great. He was actually really solid in this. I thought he did a good job.
He was.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to point out, it seems like Chloe Coleman is stealing roles from everybody. Anytime that they need like a mixed child to play a role, it's like, yeah, let's get Chloe Coleman. Like, dude, she's been in like 4 movies in like the past 2 years. Like, maybe more. Maybe like 5 or 6. Because I know she was the child in Marry Me. She was the child in 65.
Yeah.
She was the child in oh god, what was the other movie? Gunpowder Milkshake. She was the kid in that.
She was in 60.
Yeah, she was in 65.
Yeah, she was the daughter.
I'm like,
that's
dude,
so
like,
funny.
She is eating right now.
She was in Way of Water.
She was in Way of Water. Oh my god.
She was?
Yeah.
Oh, she has her career set. Like,
Yeah, dude,
Whose
she's
daughter was she?
She played young Loak.
yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah, yeah, and she was in My Spy. Yeah, dude. Yeah,
And no, she has her career set.
she's good, bro. She's just knocking out roles. She in 11 films already. That's ridiculous. So shout out to her, bro. Like, get your money. like, that's amazing.
I'm just scrolling through who's all in this.
I did not know that was Daisy Head who played Sophina. She was great. She was really, really great. She was very terrifying. she made the Red Wizards a very imposing force. And I gotta say, shout out to the VFX artists. I know you guys have been overworked these past few years, but y'all did the damn thing on this one. This one, you guys were solid, man. Like, really, really solid. And I guess that's what happens when you actually have time to work. So congratulations to y'all, whoever worked on the VFX, whatever houses that was. Very solid job, because this was really good.
Yeah, they know it was really good. Like I didn't really think to visually look for it just because like there's a lot happening in that movie.
Right.
But wow, like looking back on it, yeah, no, they did a great job with the VFX.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, because maybe that's why they did such a good job, and I didn't notice it. It's like since you have so much other stuff going on, and like they made it look so real, you're not focused on, oh my god, that looks fake or that looks real.
Right.
You're just okay, cool. They're stuck in a little slime trap thing. They're stuck in a time warp. That I love that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me see if looks like ILM was one of the visual effects houses.
That's why.
Yeah, exactly. Clear Angle Studios. So yeah, these guys went out. ILM is a beast. But yeah, congratulations to you guys. That was awesome. Hopefully it sticks out for the rest of the year.
Oppenheimer's taking it all, except for
sorry.
VFX, because everything is.
Oh yeah, because there is none.
Yeah, exactly.
That's perfect. Oh man. But I also want to talk about Sophia Lillis. This is someone you may recognize from the It remakes. It took me a minute to actually realize that was her.
Had a feeling.
Yeah. She's great, but there's like a moment. I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but there's like a moment in the movie for like 10, 15 minutes where she doesn't say anything. Like she has absolutely no dialogue for like 10 minutes of the movie. It just like it like hit me weird. I was like, she hasn't spoken in a minute. Like I was just like, that's really weird. But I liked her character. I like that ability to transform, and the owlbear is one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen. I mean,
her character I think was my favorite just because of like how quirky she was.
And she was like, I love the end when dude's like,
oh yeah,
it's like, you want to give it another shot? She's like, yeah, okay. He's like, really? He's like, calm down. Like, yo, that was great. I liked her character. She was great. The owlbear, especially at the end, came through clutch. that was y'all see the like little Hulk homage in that one where it's like beating her.
That was so funny.
Yeah. Like it was a really good time, man. Like the humor in this really worked. Like we said, the visual effects were incredible. I just dug it, man. I dug it. I dug the story. The humor was well placed, fitting for the characters, didn't go over the top. Yeah, like literally that's all you had to do. You had to just make a sound movie with decent characters, a good story, good strong antagonist,
and a good immersion to the world.
And a great immersion. Yeah, absolutely. Great immersion to the world, and a great introduction for those people like me who've never played. But like, I'm like, kind of want to play now. Like I don't know the rules or how it works, but yeah, like somebody get me in because I'm kind of interested now.
Did you guys see the end credit scene
With the
with the dead guy?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, hello. Somebody asked me a question. That entire sequence was so funny.
That was good. That was really funny.
When they get the first guy, it's like, oh wait, was that a question? Yes.
Oh yeah, that was that whole scene was hilarious.
The whole scene at the graveyard.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, oh, I gave it to this guy. I was like, oh, cool. Let's go talk to him. He's like, yeah, I died right before. So I was like, what the?
He's like, oh, I didn't even go into battle. I tripped on the tub.
He's like, and then you went into battle, right?
Like,
no, I died on the scene.
Oh my god, that was great, and that did kind of remind me. I don't know if this is a feature of Dungeons and Dragons games, but I know it's a feature in like RPGs and stuff like that, where you go on a mission to get a specific object, and in that mission you got to do like 10,000 other things to get to this specific object, and that's sort of what that reminded me of. It's like as soon as you get there, it's like, oh yes, you must do this, and then this, and then this, and here's that object, and you're like, oh my god, like it took so long to get that I forgot what I needed it for.
I'd like to bring up one discrepancy I have with the film.
Okay, nope.
In the very beginning, when Chris Pine's character is talking about like how his wife died and all that, they go through and they have this scene of like as she's actively dying. And I don't know why they did this, but they reversed the shot. Like the camera was mirrored. It was really weird because like it's very noticeable if you go back and watch this like on a second viewing or something. Like leading up to it, his ring is on his left hand, and out of nowhere, it's just I know he didn't put it on his right because just like basic like common knowledge is your wedding ring goes on your left. They flipped the shot to where his ring is on his right hand. So that entire scene is just flipped. And it's weird.
That is weird.
Like it's something that like it's very easily noticeable. And like something like even like Return of the Jedi, some of the shots of Boba Fett, like his antenna will be here and then it'll be there occasionally. Like it's weird. Like it's not a costume thing either because like his entire chest plate flips. I don't understand why filmmakers to do that with their editing, but yeah.
That's a weird one. And you know, typically what it might come down to is just scheduling. Like they scheduled this shot on a certain day and maybe it didn't work out, then they had to reschedule it, and you know what I'm saying, forgot a key moment or something, or messed up and had to just was like, oh, let's just flip the shot and it'll work out better. I don't know. I'm like, but it's cool that you noticed that because I'm like, that's something that, you know, they probably felt that they snuck that in. So like,
then sneak it past me, buddy boy.
I do want to talk too about the fight scenes in this movie.
They're good.
They were solid. They were solid. And you know what I'm saying? And we avoided shaky cam. Amazing.
A little bit. They had like a tiny amount, which for me, I'm starting to base movies off if they're shaky cam. John Wick has ruined the experience of watching an action movie for me. I am not kidding. Like I hate to say that how it is, but oh my god, like if you're able to have like I just thought like rule of thumb was like, okay, we need to add like the camera shaking like WWE used to do at least, with just like making it look like there's an earthquake happening when the fight scenes is to like hide the stunt double's face.
Right.
But like John Wick proved you can move past that and you can go beyond that. So like for me, I feel like I'm going to be super judgmental moving forward for films who have shaky cam, and I hate that. Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Like, obviously, if you don't have actors who are doing their own stunts, like, it's very difficult. That's a lot of VFX work, you know, to just maintain, you know, who's actually in the shot. So I get it. What I think they mastered well was quick cutting. So, like, it'll cut from a tight to a wide. You know what I'm saying? Not like constantly. So like it's not like constantly quick cutting where it's like jarring, but it's like they'll hold it in a tight for a little bit, then switch to a wide for a little bit, then go to like a midder, a 2-person lay, and then they'll switch back to a close, switch back to a wide. You know what I'm saying? So like they know how to hold it to keep you in that moment as the action is happening, but not to jar it to the point where you're like, I can't focus and I can't pay attention.
Exactly.
What would you say your guys' favorite fight scene was?
Definitely with the witch at the end.
Really?
I think I'd agree, actually.
I don't. That's. I don't know, because I kind of liked the Thane's fight against the
Oh yeah,
like the other red witches in the dungeon or whatever that was. So I thought that was...
I loved the fat dragon. The fat dragon had me dying in this movie. The fact they made it so incredibly fat and pudgy was hilarious.
That was great, because I'm like, usually when you see a dragon, they're just, terrifying and intimidating. And this one was like terrifying and intimidating, but also he was chubby. He was chubby. He was chubby, but it was cute. He was like,
I like that he was rolling on them.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was great. Yeah. There's a lot to like in this movie, man. Like genuinely a lot to like. So I'm like, y'all, I really hope that they're able to, I guess the word is franchise this, because I'm like, although I hope that they can stay in this tone. You know what I'm saying? I hope that they can stay in this tone and stay with this
quality.
Quality. Yes, absolutely. This quality as they move forward, because I'm scared that eventually they'll lose
turn
their
to
way.
Fast and Furious.
Or worse, which I don't know if there's anything worse. Now that I think about it.
That is the one IP I am questioning and hoping it's good.
Yeah. All right, so let's do it. Let's give final ratings. Brandon, where you at on Dungeons and Dragons?
I'll say it's a solid 3.5. Nothing special, but at the same time, nothing bad. But solid. I'm here for sequels. So, yeah, you got me. 3.5.
All right. Zach, what about you?
I'm going to follow up with Brandon. Actually, I'm actually also going to give this a 3.5. I really enjoyed it. Thought it was pretty good. And that's where I'm at with it.
Okay. I'm going to go slightly higher. I'm going to go with 4. Like I said, I had a ton of fun with this. And yeah, like you got me interested in D&D. You got me to buy into these characters. Like I said, the visual effects was so solid. I like that. That's really what's put it over for me, is just how solid the VFX were. I really, really hope we get to see more from this franchise. And you made me like Chris Pine, so like that's incredible. So yeah, 4 stars for me, 3.5 stars for these guys. What did you guys think of Dungeons and Dragons? Let us know on Twitter and Instagram at FilmCodePod. And we are now going to move on to what's good.
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Gentlemen, you've had an exciting time. What has been good for you, Zach?
Oh man, so for me, I've seen actually quite a few movies this week.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's so many good ones. It's gonna be really hard to pick. So one bad one, which I recommend not seeing, which was Spinning Gold. It is the worst technical movie I've ever seen and the worst acted movie I've ever seen. Everything was just a complete miss. And I was really excited because the preview I saw, I was like, oh, that could be good. You know, looks interesting. And it was completely terrible. So it's probably the worst movie this year and last year. It was just poorly made. And you could really tell. Like they would just go into random emotional moments. So anyways, enough ranting about that. Don't go see that. Some good movies. I actually have a few recommendations to check out if you haven't yet. 1001, fantastic. With Tiana Taylor.
Yes.
Yeah, movie was fantastic. A Good Person with Florence Pugh and Morgan Freeman. My God, that was a great movie. And one that surprised me was Tetris on Apple TV.
Is it out?
Yeah, it's out movie.
Huh.
So I really enjoyed that one too. But out of the three, if I had to pick one recommendation, I just want to shout those out because they're all great. And I don't want someone to hear this and miss, one of the other three or one of the other two movies because of how the one I picked. But for me, I think personally, I'm gonna go with A Good Person. That one really surprised me. Morgan Freeman, I mean, you can't really go wrong with Morgan Freeman. And then Florence Pugh really, really showed her range on this, which I was happy about. That was a great movie to see, like an even different level of acting from her. It was incredible.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go with A Good Person.
All right, Brandon. What about you? What do you got?
For me, I actually used all three of my A-list reservations this past week. Can you believe it?
Nice.
So I went and saw Dungeons and Dragons is one of them, 65 and Champions. So there's another film I'd like to talk about real quick. I have two what's bads and one what's good. I saw 12 Rounds, the film with John Cena.
Wow.
Because I'm doing this thing with a few friends of mine where we're all gonna pick one movie, we're gonna watch it, and then we're gonna hop on Discord and just discuss it and stuff, just give our thoughts about it. And it was my choice. I was like, you know what, because it had to be a film we've never seen before. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna choose this one because I've always wanted to watch this, and it is not good. For some reason I remember seeing the trailers as a kid. I'm like, wow, this looks awesome. And it was absolute trash. John Cena is pretty good in it, but that's about it. The other film I saw was 65. What a hot mess. Oh my God.
I warned you.
Oh my God, it was brutally bad. Like, it didn't help that there were these two girls on the front half of the theater who got up like every 5 minutes and like just walked away for like 20 minutes and then came back like 5 times. It was
act
weird.
like they ruined the movie.
Oh, they were on their phone.
I guarantee you, they did not ruin the movie. They probably
when they were
the most entertaining part in that theater.
When they were in their
what
seats,
are they gonna get this time?
Zach, when they were in their seats, they had their phone at full brightness, Snapchatting.
Hey, that's better. Trust me. I would rather watch that.
It killed me because I'm trying to. I mean, it's a trash movie to begin with, but I'm trying to pay attention to the movie, and you have this giant bright light that's immediately under the screen, shining into your eye.
I would have just been like, "Oh, what are they Snapchatting now?"
This has got to be better than this movie.
Yeah.
So
I told you the weapons are like the most basic futuristic weapons they could find.
It looks like it looks like they went to Walmart, bought some Nerf guns, and they just revamped it.
And then they put like a little like sticker to make it look like it had like a hologram siding or whatever. Yeah,
it had like a little LED strip on it.
Yeah,
like, hey, this cool.
Oh man,
dude, the fact that like I was like, I wonder if they're gonna use the asteroid in some way, the giant comet that kills the dinosaurs in some way, shape, or form. I'm like, God damn it.
And there it is.
So both 12 Rounds and 65 got 1 stars from me. Both were not good. But moving forward to my what's good, I saw Champions.
Yeah.
I loved that movie.
Yeah.
Like I already expected it to be good. I didn't expect, like, for me, this was like Man Called Otto levels for me because like I expected Man Called Otto just to be decent, and that blew my expectations out of the water. This one was fantastic, man. Woody Harrelson like showed up and gave a great performance, and like, but just only mentioning him and not mentioning every other person in the cast would be a crime. Man, all the kids, they all have their special quirks to them, and it was so funny. It was great, made you cry at points. But man, this movie was so good. I want Zach to watch it because I would love to like review it with you guys.
Nice.
It's surprisingly already gone from theaters, at least my local theater.
Dang.
Which is sad because like it deserved a much bigger box office run than it did. So, but yeah, from me, there's Champions, without a doubt. That movie was great.
Oh, nice. All right, for me, right now, it is the Cleveland International Film Festival is coming through my city, obviously. So I've had a chance to see a bunch of really, really cool stuff. Some not so great, but still a lot of really cool stuff. One of the things that I got to see was a movie called Smoking Causes Coughing.
Interesting.
Yes. Yes. It is a French film. I wish I could give you the name of the director, but it's very, very French, and I do not know how to pronounce it. But it is about the Tobacco Force, which is a knock on the Power Rangers. Yes. They are literally named after the ingredients in cigarettes. It is the worst movie I've ever seen, and actually one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Like it is I can guarantee anybody who watches this, unless you have a very specific sense of humor, this will piss you off. Like it will definitely piss you off. But I encourage you to check it out because it is so damn funny. I laughed so hard throughout this. It is weird, it is strange, it goes off the beaten path, but it's also like a sort of like a raunchy turn on a lot of the TV shows that I watched as a kid on Nickelodeon. So like it's a little bit of Are You Afraid of the Dark? It's a little bit of Teen Guts. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these shows that I grew up on. It's really just hilarious. So I don't know if you'll ever see it, but I encourage everybody to check it out. Smoking Causes Coughing. Great French film, if you ever get the chance. So that's Smoking Causes Coughing from me, Champions from Brandon, and you gave me three. A good person. Good person from Zach. So check those out and let us know what you guys think. And now it is officially that time.
You are now entering Film Code. Start program.
After weeks, we are finally going to have our code word once again. Zach, it was your code word this week. What was your code word, and remind everyone what your clues were?
So my code word was officer. The movie is from the period 1980 to 1990. One actor has won 2 Oscars as a lead and a supporting actor in other movies, and the director has worked on a separate movie project with a famous singer.
All right. Brandon, what do you have for the code word?
Well, I'm going first.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna have to go with 1980. When did this come out? 1982's The Border. Because the other day we were having a Stanley Kubrick conversation with Zach and I were having a Stanley Kubrick conversation with our manager, and featured in a lot of Stanley Kubrick films is Jack Nicholson. And so I went down the path of Jack Nicholson, who has won 12 Oscars.
I think he's been nominated for 12
at least
Oscars.
nominated, but he's definitely won. He's definitely won multiple. Why did I say he won 12? Anyways, no, he was nominated for a lot, but he won multiple. And so I'm gonna have to go with the Border because he plays a border patrol officer in this movie. And he's corrupt, and he's trying to clean up his act. And leading into the director. Director worked on Phantom of the Opera, which is a huge musical. And the lead singer there is Charles Dance and Burt Lancaster. I'm throwing a shot in the dark here because I think I'm wrong, but I'm gonna have to go with the Border.
Okay, Phoenix.
All right. I'm also going with 1982. And the director Tony Richardson, and the other film that he worked on with a famous singer is Mick Jagger, who he worked on Ned Kelly with. And I'm also going with The Border. Jack Nicholson, 3-time Academy Award winner, 2 for lead actor, 1 for supporting. So let's see if that we're good on that. So we're both going with The Border. Zach, tell us what we win.
Nothing.
Okay.
No,
okay. See,
wrong.
I'm fine
Get
with
outta
that.
here.
I'm fine with that because him and I were both wrong, so neither of us advance. So
Get
we're
outta
still
here.
in that lull.
The
No.
movie is A Soldier's Story in 1984. Denzel Washington is your actor.
Hold on.
He's won a supporting and a lead role.
What is it called?
A Soldier's Story.
It's not even on IMDb.
Oh no,
On Letterboxd, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, I know. I've definitely heard of it. Hold on. I'm gonna get there.
The
Okay.
director is Norman Jewison, and he worked with Cher before on a movie.
I just looked it up on Letterboxd. There's no results.
How did you not find the result? I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now too. Right. Well, you can't see it, but it's there.
I searched this exact thing, and it didn't want to give me the search result. Fuck you, Letterboxd.
Wait a second.
If you look, okay, Brandon, look up Denzel Washington.
Oh no, I found it, but like
Okay.
I had to remove the A.
That's so stupid. Anyways,
Oh, see, I misread that. Son of a bucket. See, when you said one actor has won 2 Oscars as a lead and a supporting in other movies, I thought they had won 2 as a lead and 1 as a supporting. So that's why I went with
oh no,
Jack.
no,
Yeah, I misread that. Dang it. Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. We're still in that tiebreaker.
Son of a bucket eater. Dang it. No.
Yeah, it would have been a screwed either way because you and I both went with the same
Right.
answer.
I was like so confident in that answer too. I was like, yeah, that's definitely it. Wow. And yeah, he worked with Sharon Moonstruck, which is a fantastic movie. So dang. Congratulations, Zach.
What how many
That's
points does
right.
he have now?
That's right. 2 points. Give me my
Zach-
2 points.
I think you finally hit the double digits, bud.
Yeah, I think Zach is finally in double digits.
Come back, king, baby. Come back, king.
Oh man. So
Call me Brian O'Connor.
Oh my god. So there you have it, a soldier story. If you've never seen it, check it out. It is a really, really good movie. All right. Well, we're gonna get up out of here then. Brandon, let everybody know where they can find you, sir.
Yeah, you guys can find me at FANTASMIC ears over on Letterboxd. Go check out what I'm watching My amount of movies that I'm watching is gonna slow down a bit because I'm getting married in 2 weeks from today, which is insane. So we're getting down to like the nitty gritty of just trying to get all last minute plans taken care of. So, but yeah, thank you guys again for listening.
All right, and Zach, where can everybody find you, sir?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Zach Sneath. That is ZACHSNEATH. Phoenix, where can everyone find you at, sir?
You guys can find me on Twitter at IamHOReviews1. That's the number 1. And on Letterboxd under PA Clouden. And as always, guys, please follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at FilmCodePod. And we will see you guys next week. We are out of here. Peace.